being held through the video conferencing mode in accordance with the Companies Act 2013 and various circulars issued by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs and the Securities and Exchange Board of India on account of continuation of COVID-19 pandemic and to maintain social distancing. This meeting is being live streamed through webcast. We have here on this dais Mr. K. Raghunathan, Chairman, Mr. K. Nityanand Reddy, Vice Chairman and Managing Director, Mr. M. Madan Mohan Reddy, Full-Time Director of our company. Dear Chairman, in view of the continuation of COVID-19, the corporate affairs has permitted the companies to hold general meetings through video conferencing or other audio-visual means without the physical presence of the members at a common venue. Accordingly, and in compliance with the provisions of the Companies Act and rules made thereunder, read with case circulars and severe restrictions, this general meeting of the company is being video conferencing. Dear Chairman, as per the provisions of Section 103 of the Companies Act 2013, for a company having members exceeding 5,000 as on the date of the general meeting, 30 members personally present will constitute a quorum for the general meeting. I request the moderator to let us know the attendance, please.
Sir, attendance is 67 shareholders, sir.
Thank you, madam. And since the necessary quorum is present, I request Mr. Raghunathan, Chairman of the company, to chair this 35th annual general meeting of Aurobindo Pharma Limited and commence the proceedings of the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you already. Good afternoon to everyone. It gives me a pleasure to welcome you all to this 35th annual general meeting of your company, Aurobindo Pharma Limited, which hereby declare open so the executive quorum is present. I thank all of you for participating in today's annual general meeting and sincerely wish that all of you and your family members are safe and healthy. It will be my pleasure to introduce the directors and other executives who are present in this meeting. I am K. Raghunathan, Chairman of your company, and I'm attending this 35th annual general meeting from the corporate office of the company at Hyderabad, HITEC City, Rajdurgam, Hyderabad. Namaskar. Now I request Mr. K. Nityanand Reddy, Vice Chairman and Managing Director, to introduce himself, please.
Good afternoon, everybody. I am K. Nityanand Reddy, Vice Chairman and Director of the company. I am participating in this 35th annual meeting of the company from corporate office, Hyderabad. I welcome all stakeholders to the 35th AGM of the Aurobindo Pharma Limited. Thank you.
Now I request Mr. P.V. Ramprasad Reddy, Director, to introduce himself, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am P.V. Ramprasad, Promoter Director of the company, and I am participating 35th Annual General Board Meeting of company from one of our manufacturing unit in Hyderabad. And I welcome all the stakeholders to the annual general meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I now request Dr. M. Shivakumaran, Full-Time Director, to introduce himself, please.
Good afternoon. I am Dr. Shivakumaran, Full-Time Director of the company. I am participating in this 35th AGM of the company from the corporate office of the company, Hyderabad. I welcome you all to this 35th AGM of Aurobindo Pharma. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I now request Mr. M. Madan Mohan Reddy, Full-Time Director, to introduce himself, please.
Yeah, good afternoon. I am Madan Mohan Reddy, Full-Time Director of this company. I am participating in this 35th annual general meeting of the company from corporate office, Hyderabad. I welcome all the shareholders to the AGM.
Thank you, sir. I now request Mr. P. Sharat Chandra Reddy, Full-Time Director, to introduce himself, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am P. Sharat Chandra Reddy, Full-Time Director of the company. I am participating in the 35th Annual General Meeting of the company from Corporate Office, Hyderabad. I welcome everyone for the AGM of Aurobindo Pharma.
Thank you, sir. I now request Mr. Girish Manwari, Independent Director and Chairman of Audit Committee, to introduce himself, please.
Good afternoon, everybody. This is Girish Manwari. I'm participating in this meeting from my office in Mumbai. I welcome you all to the 35th AGM of the company. Thank you.
Thank you. I now request Dr. Avneet Bimal Singh, Independent Director, to introduce himself, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Dr. Avneet Singh, your company Independent Director and Chairperson of Stakeholder Relationship Committee and Remuneration Committee of your company. I am participating in this 35th AGM from Hyderabad and welcome you all for this AGM. Thank you very much.
Shareholders, Mrs. Savita Mahajan, one of the company's independent director, could not attend today's AGM since she has been occupied with the review committee meeting constituted for evaluating IIM in one of the states and conveyed her inability to attend. I now welcome Mr. Sanjeev Dani, Chief Operating Officer, and Mr. S. Subramaniam, Chief Financial Officer of the company, who are also present on the video here. Also welcome Mr. Amit Kumar Bajaj, Partner, BSR Associates LLP, the retiring auditors of the company, and Mr. Manish Muralidhar, Partner of Deloitte Haskins & Sells, the proposed new statutory auditors of your company, and Mr. Mohan Rami Reddy, Secretary Auditor, who have joined this 35th annual meeting of the company as well. Dear shareholders, statement of Yeah, we also welcome Mr. Chitti Babu, the Chief Information Officer of the company, who is also present in this meeting. Dear shareholders, the statement of profit and loss for the financial year ended 31st March 2022 and the balance sheet and cash flow statement as of the date, the auditors report on the accounts of the company, the board's report thereon, and all other documents that are annexed or attached to the annual report, the register of directors and key managerial personnel and their shareholding, and the register of contracts or arrangements in which directors are interested are available for inspection by members during the continuance of the meeting on the investors tab of the company's website. The notice convening this 35th annual meeting and the board's report have been with you for some time, and with your permission, I shall take them as read. Dear shareholders, once again, I welcome you to this 35th annual meeting of Aurobindo Pharma Limited, which is being organized by a video conferencing. Organizing AGM through video conferencing has given us the opportunity to the challenges thrown up by the COVID-19 pandemic to get closer to digitization. Another advantage is large number of shareholders are able to participate in the AGM from the safety of their respective locations. I request all of you with your near and dear ones to stay safe and healthy. By now, all of us have learned to embrace life in the pandemic by adapting to the necessities of social distancing and a higher use of digital communication. But now we need to get prepared for the new emerging virus, the monkeypox. The World Health Organization has declared the monkeypox outbreak as a public health emergency of international concern, and it is not a disaster that the general public is familiar with. As a board, we value the AGM as an opportunity to interact with our shareholders and share our progress and strategy on this platform. For the benefit of shareholders attending our AGM for the first time, I wanted to reinforce that your company's core objective is to provide affordable health care, and we continue to make progress in this mission. To begin with, let me delve into our performance in FY22 and the key factors leading to the financial performance. At the start of the calendar year, the global economic situation appeared to be very promising, with expectations of high growth and high development. As the world dealt with the epidemic, the expansion of geopolitical unrest accelerated the crisis and brought with it a host of new difficulties in the shape of strained geopolitical and commercial relations, out of control inflation, and unheard of volatility in the commodity prices. But one cannot deny that India has emerged far better, I repeat, far better in terms of handling COVID-19 crisis than most nations in just the past 18 months. India has administered a staggering 200 crore vaccine doses, that is more than the combined population of 3 continents. The conflict between Russia and Ukraine has affected the global pulse. This has had a significant impact on the global economy. Furthermore, we are all experiencing supply chain disruptions as a result of higher oil prices, gas shortages, and semiconductor shortages. As a result, we are likely to face a low growth rate and high inflation environment globally. I want to briefly reflect your company's growth during the last decade, starting from FY 2013 to FY 2022. The consolidated sales revenue rose from a mere INR 60,008 million in FY 13 to a large 234,555 million, 234,555 million FY22. The EBITDA rose from INR 8,891 million FY13 to INR 43,868 million FY22. I would now like to take a few minutes to take you through the highlights of the concluded FY22. Total operating income for the year is at INR 234,555 million. EBITDA was at INR 868 million and EBITDA margin for FY22 was at 18.7%. Our profit after tax was at INR 26,471 million as against INR 53,338 million during FY21. During the FY21, exceptional items accounted for INR 28,146 million, accounts for sale of Natrol and goodwill written off. Our formulation sales stood at INR 199,393 million, and the active API, active pharmaceutical ingredients, API business posted sales of INR 35,156 million. Our research and development spending were at INR 15,804 million at 6.7%. I repeat, 6.7% of our revenue as against INR 15,096 million at 6.1% of our revenue during FY21. This reflects our commitment to invest in the future while still maintaining high profitability levels. The board was pleased to recommend a total of 900% of dividend on the face value of ₹1 per share FY22, all of which was paid as interim dividends during the concluded financial year. The company had final approval of 19 ANDAs during the year under review. The company also filed 60 new ANDAs during FY22. The total filing of ANDAs to the US market is 787 as of the year end, with US FDA has approved 505 of them. Our external scenario continues to be challenging, and opportunities are clearly visible on the horizon. 2 challenging years back to back will help us put our priorities in perspective. Yes, we will be shifting gears and business over the near to medium term, continuing with some of our focus areas and reducing dependence on the remaining. Our strong background in generic formulations has created an over dependence on raw material procurement, input prices, logistical performance, all of which are factors beyond our control. Unpredictability in any of these dimensions can potentially corrode overall growth. We are keen to moderate this impact over time. We will continue to drive our injectable business, which we envisage strong growth and healthy margins. And working model that premiumizes our value addition, our biosimilars portfolio growth has been gaining steady momentum. In FY22, we filed 2 oncology biosimilars with European Agency. Additionally, 3 more are at phase 3 licensure clinical trial stage, of which 1 is expected to complete these trials by early FY23. As we build our biosimilars pipeline, we are optimistic about new revenue streams starting in the next 1 to 2 years. As we have been working consistently on the opportunities unleashed by the government's Production-Linked Incentive Scheme, PLI scheme, with the penicillin and allied areas throwing up some very attractive prospects. We have initiated building capacities in these areas and have invested 2,677.7 million this year. The total capex for this project is expected to be around 18,500 million to 19,000 million, which will help significantly enhance our backward integration, make our production value chain more resilient, and improve our cost and sustainable profit. The supply chain difficulties faced this year with sourcing from China only underlines the importance of having a diversified sourcing phase and of import substitution. The domestic market too promises strong growth in the therapeutic area, and our team has been reviewing all existing and emerging possibilities. India's GDP growth outstrips most other global economies. We'll be able to cater to both domestic and international demand. We have been consistently growing our presence in China market, which is one of the largest healthcare markets in the world, besides being a dominant supply base. We are creating an oral formulation facility in China and plan to fulfill our international demand apart from domestic contribution. We began local manufacturing in China from January 2022 and aim to shift 30 products from India to China. Of these, 2 have been approved, and we expect another 15 products to receive approvals this year. We also intend to transfer a few products from Europe to China facility. We are targeted to manufacture a total of 40 products from China. If we are successful in realizing this plan, then there should be a significant accretion to both our top line as well as bottom line spreads. Our long history in pharma industry has its roots in our R&D strength. The 9 R&D centers that we operate today are supported by a pool of world-class talent and highly trained regulatory and intellectual property teams. We are building a diversified portfolio of finished dosage forms in orals, liquids, tropicals, biosimilars, nasals, and parenteral products targeted at global markets. In FY22, our primary R&D focus was complex parenteral products. Our long-term goal envisions a shift to higher mix of branded products with the categories where we have a dominant presence. An array of distinctive brands will enable us to make our own space and to shift from the crowded generics market with better command over profitability and user segments. Product development capability, along with our manufacturing flexibility and a very large geographical presence, would act as force multipliers. In FY22, our R&D investment towards future pipeline growth totaled 15,814 million, with a significant share going towards biosimilars. As I mentioned, we are a great team at Aurobindo. The dynamic, competitive landscape that the pharma industry operates in requires our people to be fully equipped to handle the emerging challenges, so that patient safety, product quality, and compliance remains top of the drug. It's equally important to balance employee health, well-being, career advancement needs, and personal growth with organizational needs. We continue to progress on our human resource development and industrial relations. The human capital of Aurobindo is its key assets. The company has made considerate efforts to keep the workforce highly engaged and motivated through various training programs. I'm delighted to say that our team, consisting of 23,000 plus people, are completely aligned with our vision to make the company a globally acclaimed pharma company. We have an inclusiveness-based human resource development plan driving our human potential development initiatives. Our corporate social responsibility, I would like to now talk about the impact created by our corporate social responsibility initiatives. During the year, approximately 140 different projects were undertaken, which impacted the lives of around 9 lakh people, with a contribution of 53.6 crores towards various social development activities. Education, health and hygiene, skill development, and livelihood development programs are the key areas of our social interventions. The company continues to focus on community engagement approach, whereby it provides the requisite infrastructure and support to help them become self-sustainable. Contributing to social development is engraved in our vision. Our social objectives are aimed at improving the quality of life of people in general and the socio-economic environment in and around our factory locations. Particulars of our CSR initiatives are detailed in our annual report more clearly. Acknowledgements. I would like to now acknowledge that all these have been possible only due to the relentless and dedicated efforts and hard work of the employees of the company. The COVID-19 pandemic has added challenges to Aurobindo collectively, and we strive to overcome the same. On behalf of the shareholders and management of the company, I thank all the stakeholders for the confidence and trust reposed in your company. I also place on record my sincere appreciation and thanks to the board members, other organizations, and regulatory bodies for their unstinted support, guidance, and cooperation extended to Aurobindo. We certainly be our endeavor to put in our best efforts for the sustained growth, expansion, and prosperity of the company, benefiting all stakeholders in times to come. With this, I conclude my address. Stay safe, stay healthy, and Jai Hind. The statutory auditors, PSR and Associates LLP, represented by his partner, Mr. Amit Bajaj, are present in this meeting. The independent statutory auditors report on the annual accounts of the company for the financial year ended 31st March 2022 do not contain any qualification, observations, or comments on the financial transaction or matters which had adverse effect on the functioning of the company. In terms of section 145 of the Companies Act 2013, only the qualification, observations, or comments mentioned in the auditor's report which had any adverse effect on the functioning of the company are required to be read at the general meeting. Since there are no such qualification, observation, or comments, the auditor report is not required to be read. Let's now begin to transact the business of the meeting as listed in the notice tendered this meeting. Before I take up the agenda items in order, I would like to inform you that pursuant to section 108 of the Companies Act 2013, read with Rule 20 of the Companies Management Administration Rules 2014 and Regulation 4 of the SEBI Listing Obligation Disclosure Requirements Regulation 2015, the company provided remote e-voting facility to all its members to vote on the items agenda to be considered at the annual general meeting. The members holding shares as on the cutoff date, that is 26/8/2022, are eligible to vote on the agenda matters. The remote e-voting facility was held between 29 July to 1st August 2022. Further, it is also necessary to conduct e-voting at this meeting in respect of agenda items. Since this AGM is being held through video conferencing, physical attendance of members has been dispensed with, and also the requirement for appointing proxy is not applicable. The shareholders must note that all those who did not participate in the remote voting facility alone are eligible to vote at this AGM. Those who have voted already are not eligible to vote again today at this AGM. The company appointed Mr. A. Mohan Rami Reddy, practicing company secretary, as supervisor to oversee the e-voting process. Since we have to hold e-voting for all the items on the agenda, we will be conducting the e-voting process at the end of this meeting. Before the resolutions are put to vote, the directors or I or the chief financial officer will be glad to answer any questions on the subject of the resolution. It may also be noted that all questions will be answered by myself or other directors or executives of the company after all the speakers complete their questions. As the details of such as the name, phone number, client ID numbers of the speakers are already registered, any members desirous of asking questions may please be brief of his question on the accounts, on the reports, and do not repeat the questions asked by other members. I now request the moderator to call the names of the shareholders who registered to speak at the annual meeting one after the other by unmuting their mics. Over to you, moderator.
Thank you, Chairman, sir. Now I take upon with the speaker shareholders. I call upon first speaker shareholder, Mr. Kamal Kishore Jawar, to unmute the audio, switch on the camera and ask the question.
Hello, madam. Hello.
आवाज आ रहा है सर?
Okay, thank you, मैडम. हमारे चेयरमैन सर, ऑल डायरेक्टर्स, फुल टाइम डायरेक्टर्स को मेरा नमस्कार. मैं कंपनी का बहुत पुराना शेयर होल्डर हूँ सर, और हमारे चेयरमैन साहब रघु साहब से तो कम से कम 20 साल पूर्व जब से हमारा जान पहचान है. आपने स्पीच में जो भी आपने इतना डिटेल बता दिया साहब, उसके बारे में मैं कुछ ज्यादा बोल चाहता हूँ. पर अभी फार्मा सेक्टर ऑल कंपनी अप एंड डाउन चल रहा है. एक कंपनी नहीं, ऑल कंपनी इंडिया के. और अपना 2022-2023 कैसा रहेंगे, थोड़ा उसके बारे में बताएंगे. अभी एक सर है, वो एक नया बीमारी आया मंकी बोल के, उसका भी कुछ अपना रिसर्च करके दवा निकाले तो बहुत अच्छा रहेगा. जो कंपनी के नाम से भाई अरविंदो फार्मा का एक दवा निकला है बोल के, एक बहुत अच्छा रहेगा. और हमारे सेक्रेटरी डिपार्टमेंट का वेरी नाइस सर्विस है. कभी भी कुछ प्रॉब्लम होता है हमारे को सेम डे रिस्पॉन्स मिल जाता है. तो मैं सेक्रेटरी डिपार्टमेंट को धन्यवाद देना चाहता हूँ. और हमारे आतिशो दीपावली और दशहरे की सबको शुभकामनाएं देता हूँ. और सर एवरी ईयर अपना मीटिंग एजीएम वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंस में रखे, जैसा मैं भी आउट ऑफ स्टेशन हूँ तो हम कहीं भी रहे तो मीटिंग अटेंड कर सकते हैं, डायरेक्टर भी अटेंड कर सकते हैं. थैंक यू सर.
Thank you,
Mr. Kamal Kishore Jawar. Now I move on to the next speaker shareholder, Mr. Srikant Jawar. Mr. Srikant Jawar, can you please unmute and speak? Mr. Srikant Jawar, can you please unmute and speak? There seems to be some problem with Srikant. I move on to the next speaker shareholder, Mr. Ramesh Mangluri. Mr. Ramesh Mangluri, can you please unmute and ask your question, please? Mr. Ramesh Mangluri, can you please unmute your audio and speak?
Hello.
Yes, Mr. Mangluri, you are audible. You can speak. Thank you.
Yeah. So good evening to all you, sir. All of you, sir. Sir, I am Ramesh speaking from Hyderabad. Sir, I have two questions, sir. Number one.
आवाज नहीं आ रहा.
Hello.
Mangluri, yes, please speak.
Hello.
Yes,
Good
Mr.
evening
Ram.
to all of you, sir. Hello.
Please go on. We are able to hear you. Please go on.
Continue.
Hello. I have two questions, sir. Number one, sir, I have heard and I have read several reports from the media that we are planning to restructure our injectable business. Please kindly throw some light on it. And number two, sir. Hello. Number two, the
Yes, sir,
company
you are
has any
audible.
plans to Hello. Am I audible now?
Yes, please go
Sir, you
ahead.
are audible, sir. You can speak.
Second question is, the company has any plan for the acquisition whether it is domestic or overseas? I would like to know. Thank you very much. सुनाई दिया? Hello.
Yes, Mr. Ramesh Mangluri, you can continue.
Can you repeat your second question? Okay, I think yes, he's got disconnected.
Yeah, I move on to the next speaker, shareholder, sir.
Moderator, go on.
Yeah, I request Mr. Praful Chawda. Can you please unmute your audio, switch on your camera and ask your question, please?
Hello. Hello.
हाँ चावड़ा जी बात करिए.
आ रही है मेरी आवाज? आ रही है?
आवाज आ रही है सर, बात करिए.
ओके, थैंक यू. चेयरमैन सर, बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर्स और वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंस से जो भी शेयरहोल्डर मीटिंग में एनुअल है, सबका मेरा नमस्कार. सर, सेक्रेटरीट डिपार्टमेंट ने जो एजीएम रिपोर्ट बनाया है वो बहुत इंफॉर्मेटिव बनाया और फर्स्ट पेज में थोड़ा चेंजेस आया है लास्ट ईयर से, अगले सालों से, तो बहुत अच्छा दिखता है. तो फ्रंट पेज के लिए मैं सेक्रेटरी डिपार्टमेंट को धन्यवाद देता हूँ. और अपना जो प्रोडक्ट है 150 कंट्री में जा रहा है, तो मैं ये जानना चाहता हूँ 150 कंट्री में रसिया और यूक्रेन भी आ जाता है क्या? तो आ जाता है तो अभी 5 या 6 मंथ से और चलता है, तो इसके लिए आपने कुछ प्रोडक्ट सप्लाई करने में या किसी में कुछ तकलीफ हुई या नहीं हुई, इसके बारे में बताएंगे. सर, यूएस का रेवेन्यू फर्स्ट टाइम 1,11,221 हुआ है, तो ये भी एक अपने आप में एक बड़ी उपलब्धि है. और कंपनी में रिसर्च एंड डेवलपमेंट सेंटर ने चेयरमैन सर ने बात किया था, तो रिसर्च एंड डेवलपमेंट सेंटर में अपने कितने साइंटिस्ट काम करते हैं उसके बारे में बताएंगे. और नया कुछ प्रोडक्ट्स आने का है तो कौन सा आने का है. और CSR में एक बात कहना चाहता हूँ सर, कि कंपनी जो काम करती है अच्छा तो करती है. अभी नरेंद्र मोदी जी बोल रहे हैं कि पूरे इंडिया के घर घर पे 75 इयर्स का इंडिपेंडेंट डे में फ्लैग लगना चाहिए, राष्ट्रीय ध्वज लगना चाहिए. तो आप भी इसमें योगदान दे के एक सर्कुलेशन निकाल के पूरे एम्प्लॉयज को कंपनी की तरफ से फ्लैग सप्लाई करे, डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करे. एम्प्लॉय जो भी जहाँ भी रहता है इसको भी आप बोले कि फ्लैग लगाए, ताकि पूरे इंडिया में एक ही साथ पूरे वर्ल्ड में एक रिकॉर्ड हो कि हर एक घर पे इंडिया का फ्लैग लगे हो. और सर, खासतौर पे ये बात भी कहना है, आज इंडिया में पोल्यूशन बढ़ गया है, रोड पे साउंड ज्यादा आता है, पेट्रोल का रेट बढ़ते जा रहा है. तो अभी एक स्कूटर यानी कि इलेक्ट्रॉनिक स्कूटर आया है, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कार भी आ गया है, तो हर एक गवर्नमेंट भी इसको सब्सिडी देती है. तो अपनी कंपनी भी जो अपने एम्प्लॉयज या अपना डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर या कंपनी से जो भी रिलेटिव है वो लोग भी कुछ गाड़ी खरीदे, 2 व्हीलर या 4 व्हीलर, तो कंपनी की तरफ से थोड़ा बहुत सब्सिडी डिक्लेयर करे, ताकि मीडियम क्लास का जो एम्प्लॉयज है उसको भी वो भी बेनिफिट मिले और राष्ट्रीय में सहयोग मिले कि पावर पेट्रोल भी बचत करेंगे, पॉल्यूशन भी अच्छा रखेंगे, इसके लिए आप कुछ करेंगे। बहरहाल सब कुछ मुझे कंपनी में अच्छा दिख रहा है, कंपनी कुछ नया करने को जा रही है तो भी मैं पूरा सपोर्ट करूंगा। धन्यवाद सर।
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Praful Chavda. Now I move on to the next speaker shareholder, Mr. K. Bharatraj. Mr. Bharatraj, can you please unmute your audio, switch on the camera and ask your question, please?
Yeah, very good afternoon, entire board of directors. I am Bharatraj calling from Hyderabad. Sir, am I audible, sir?
Yes, please.
Yeah, first of all, I congratulate the management for the wonderful performance of this financial year, sir. And I'm very proud and thanking the management for giving 9 rupees dividend, sir. And my company is a very good dividend payout, sir. I congratulate the team of our chairman and vice chairman, Mr. Nitya Garu, doing wonderful things. Sir, regarding the CSR, sir, today, the only company, there is no black spot on the CSR, sir. The wonderful CSR we are doing, sir. I wish it will be progress in coming years also. Thank you very much, sir. We are the largest plant in India, second largest pharma company, sir. And we have opened in China, sir. I'm very proud that we opened a China plant. And just now you told that we are falling into the cardiology, diabetic, ortho, gynecology also. We are ready to. So how we are going to enter into this segment, sir? Have you any patents from other companies, or how we are going to introduce these products into the market, sir? Sir, the China, you opened the market, sir, but the relations between India and China is very not strong, sir. So in future, how can we face the problems if anything comes, sir? I appreciate the management taking the risk and arrange set up a plant in China is wonderful, sir. But in the long run, can you really stand in the market, sir? And my request to the board, sir, recently our Prime Minister has declared Tiranga Janda. 13th to 15th, every house should host a flag. Under CSR, Mr. Vice Chairman, can you distribute the flags to our employees and the shareholders so that we'll also put a flag on our house, sir? Can you think about it, sir, Mr. Vice Chairman? I thank Secretary Department, Mr. Aj Reddy and entire team, sir. Very humble man, always accessible for us. In coming years, sir, we expect a bonus from the management and a wonderful dividend in future coming years. All the best, sir. In coming years, we are always with you, support you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Nitya Garu, Mr. Rampasad Garu, and our chairman, Ranganath Garu. All the best in coming years, sir. God bless you all.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bharatraj. The next speaker shareholder, Mr. A.V. Manisundaram, is not available in the meeting today. I move on to the next speaker shareholder, Mr. Ramesh Shankar Golla. Mr. Golla, can you please unmute your audio, switch on your camera and ask your question, please? Mr. Ramesh Shankar Golla, can you please unmute? Mr. Ramesh Shankar Golla, can you please unmute and speak? Okay, I move on to the next speaker shareholder as there is no feedback from Mr. Ramesh Shankar Golla. I request the next speaker shareholder, Mr. Shujat Ali Khan, to unmute the audio, switch on the camera and ask the question, please. Mr. Shujat Ali Khan. Mr. Shujat Ali Khan, can you please unmute and speak? Sorry, sir, there is no feedback from Mr. Shujat Ali Khan. I move on to the next speaker shareholder, Mr. Mahinur Zabin Khan. Mr. Mahinur Zabin Khan is not available in the call today. I move on to the next speaker shareholder, Mr. Shabahat Ali Khan. Mr. Shabahat Ali Khan is also not available in the meeting. I move on to the next speaker shareholder, Mr. Suresh Chen Jain. Can you please unmute and speak?
आवाज आ रहा है सर?
आवाज आ रही है सर, बात करिए. थैंक यू.
आदरणीय चेयरमैन सर, उपस्थित सभी डायरेक्टरगण और शेयरहोल्डर साथियों, सर आपका चेयरमैन सर, आपका जो चेयरमैन स्पीच था बहुत ही सुंदर सरल शब्दों में जो कंपनी की रूपरेखा हमारे सामने रखी, उसको बहुत ही सराहनीय करते हुए मैं आपको तथा आपकी टीम को बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देता हूं सर. सर, आपने कहा कि 50 कंपनियों को आप आपका प्रोडक्ट सप्लाई करते हैं, अपना प्रोडक्ट सप्लाई करते हैं। सर, अपना भारत अमृत महोत्सव मनाने को जा रहा है। मैं चाहूंगा कि अगले मीटिंग को आप 50 गोल्डन जुबली की तरह हम आज भी अमृत महोत्सव की तरह 75 कंपनियों देशों को सप्लाई करने की कोशिश करेंगे। मैं भगवान से ये प्रार्थना करता हूँ कि आपको शक्ति प्रदान करे और 75 कंपनियों को तो विदेशों में भेजने की कोशिश करेंगे। सर, ये अमृत महोत्सव भारत जो मनाने को जा रहा है, सर अपने कंपनी हाईटेक के अंदर बहुत ही जबरदस्त है। क्यों नहीं आप 13 तारीख से 15 तारीख तक आप भी बिल्डिंग को का अच्छा डेकोरेशन करते हुए अमृत महोत्सव वो मनाने की कोशिश करेंगे, ताकि आपका दूर दूर से आपकी कंपनी दिखती है और नए ब्रिज से जो आ रहे सो लोगों को वहां तक आपका अपनी कंपनी अरबिंदो बोल के नाम दिखता है। अब मैं चाहूंगा कि अमृत महोत्सव को हाईटेक के अंदर अमृत की तरह आप काम करेंगे और आगे के तरफ बढ़ेंगे। सर, ये मंकी पॉक्स का वैक्सीन निकालने का कुछ अपना इरादा है क्या? इसके बारे में थोड़ी जानकारी दे, क्योंकि मैंने आज ही पेपर में पढ़ा है कि 2 या 3 आदमी मंकी पॉक्स के कारण उनका डेथ हो गया। तो मैं चाहूंगा कि जिस प्रकार हैदराबाद के अंदर कोरोना का जो बना, उसी प्रकार अरबिंदो की वैक्सीन बनाए और हैदराबाद का नाम से भी ऊंचा हो सके। इसी प्रकार मेरा अनुरोध है, क्योंकि आपकी कंपनी भारत के अंदर ही फेमस है, तो मैं चाहूंगा कि साथ का साथ हैदराबाद का भी नाम उसके अंदर हैदराबाद के अंदर बने, इसी प्रकार का नाम हो। और सर, मैं आपको तथा आपकी टीम को बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देता हूँ, क्योंकि मैं इस कंपनी का अलॉटमेंट शेयरहोल्डर हूँ और हर मीटिंग में मैंने आके अटेंड किया है। और सर, आप मुझे देखे तो पहचान लेंगे, क्योंकि मैंने आपके कंपनी के आपका स्वागत मोतियों की शानदार माला से किया था, जिसके मैं कहना तो नहीं चाहता, फिर भी आपको पहचान के रूप में मैं कह रहा हूँ। और इसी शुभ विचारों के साथ मैं अपने विचारों को विराम देता हूँ और भगवान से यही प्रार्थना करता हूँ कि आप दिन दुनी रात चौगुनी तरक्की करते हुए अपनी मंजिल की तरफ पहुंचे और आपका स्वास्थ्य ठीक रहे। और इसी शुभ विचारों के साथ बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, आपने जो बोलने का मौका दिया।
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Suresh Chandji. Now I move on to the next speaker shareholder, Afzal Ur Rahman Sufi Mohammed. To unmute the audio, switch on the camera and ask the question, please. Mr. Afzal Ur Rahman Sufi Mohammed, can you please unmute and speak?
Hello, you are hearing me?
Yes, you are audible, sir. You can speak. Thank you.
Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. Sir, physical meeting करे तो जरा मिलते थे ना अपन. Once in a year we can meet. That's also we are going in on online. So please, I request to next year, I want a physical meeting, sir. This is a humble request for you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Afzal. Now I move on to the next speaker shareholder, Ms. Sajida Begum. Ms. Sajida Begum has not joined the meeting. Sorry. I move on to the next speaker shareholder, Kaushik Narendra Shahukar. Mr. Kaushik Narendra Shahukar, can you please unmute the audio, switch on the camera and ask your question, please?
Am I audible?
Yes, sir. You are audible. You can continue. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. First off, I would like to thank the board of directors to speak in this forum. many of you would remember me from the conversation in past years. So
Yes.
I will keep both my ask and introduction on brief. I hope I'm clearly audible.
Yes, you are audible.
Thank you, ma'am. Myself, Kaushik Shavkar, a qualified chartered accountant from Mumbai. I have been suffering from dystonia, which has rendered 55% of my body paralyzed, impacting my right hand, my right leg, and the speech. While I have not let that come in my way of becoming a chartered accountant and practicing too, I do request your support in helping me continue to be self-reliant. I was optimistic after our conversation we had last year about me working for our company on certification work, including Form 15CB. However, nothing has progressed since. While I understand things may not have progressed due to pandemic situation last year, I do hope that after our conversation today, our organization would start engaging me in this area as soon as possible. Once again, thank you for the opportunity to speak today, and I hope to see a positive movement forward in my ask. I support all the resolution. Also request to please provide reply from ask. So finally, is there an impact of China plus one policy on our company? Thank you once again.
Thank you, Mr. Kaushik Narendra Shahukar. Now I move on to the next speaker shareholder, Mr. Redappa Gundluru. Mr. Redappa Gundluru, can you please unmute the audio, switch on the camera and ask your question, please?
Thank you, moderator. Mr. Chairman K. Raghunathan sir, and Subramani sir, Nitan Reddy garu, Shivkumar garu, and Madan Mohan Reddy garu, P. Sharachandra garu, Reddy garu, and my company secretary Adi Reddy garu. Good evening, namaste sir. My name is Redappa Gundluru. I'm from Hyderabad, sir. I'm a financial advisor and business partner with Motilal Oswal, sir. Sir, as a shareholder, we are very happy and proud about the company performance of financial 22, sir. Sir, you have given very good information, speech and detailed information, sir. Wonderful and colorful annual report I also see in this financial year, as usual. Sir, corporate, I would like to thanks and highlight this corporate governance point of view. This, my company is doing wonderful corporate governance, sir, like accountability, integrity, transparency is there, sir. So my special thanks to all the KMPs and especially CS team, Adri Digar and team. Sir, congratulations for the management team and steadily revenues despite of this increase in the competition. So wonderful numbers are posting, sir, consistently. So my CEO team is doing consistent financial performance, quality management. Thank you so much for this. You have very good growth mindset, sir. Thank you, sir. And also, I would like to highlight and congrats on this awards and recognition point of view, sir. We won the many more awards like Excellence Business Partnership Economics Times Human Award and Significance Achievement in HR Excellence Award from the national. It was 12th CIE National Award, sir. And also, sir, in Visakhapatnam branch, we won the Golden Peacock Occupational Health and Award, sir. So I have gone through all the annual report. I have seen this achievement, sir. Thank you so much. Congratulations and go ahead, sir. Sir, CSR point of view, sir, my company is wonderful, tremendous services doing, sir. Sir, 8.64 lakhs people benefited through our CSR activities. Not a simple thing, sir. Wonderful thing, sir. I have never seen other areas, other companies. So I'm very proud of this CSR activities. 536 million rupees has spent in this CSR initiatives, education and skill building, health and sanitation, women, especially women empowerment, sir. Rural level, many more, sir. Especially support to this Telangana athletes
So we supported Telangana athletes this competitions. That also financially are supported, sir. It's a wonderful, unique thing, sir. And another thing, Goshala production also you have done, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Mr. Chairman, I have a few questions, sir. I would like to know this vision in these couple of years. And second one, sir, what is the status of this plant production of penicillin G? And another one question is, US market is major market and contributions are coming down, sir. What is the steps we have taken the management to either increase the US market share or diversification? Is there any? Another question is, sir, Aurobindo Pharma has one of the most enduring generics ecosystems among the states, but recent CGMP related to issues, some of the plants continue to led to their higher frequency of USFDA inspection. Any other findings, sir, by USFDA? I would like to know. And also, sir, what is the budget for the PLA project and how much is set for aside for this current running financial year? So I would like to know. And sir, R&D, likely R&D spend this financial, sir, I would like to know. And the final question is, sir, what are the expansion for plants status, sir? Like US injectable plant, EU injectable plants in Vizag, sir. So what is the status? These are my questions, sir. And also, sir, Monkeypox is nowadays what is the impact? I would like to know. And any other drugs, sir? Drugs మనం ఏమన్నా ఇన్స్టిట్యూట్ చేసుకుంటున్నామా? ఏదైనా మనం దానికి ఏదైనా మందులను కనుగొంటున్నామా? దాని గురించి చెప్పండి, సార్. So finally, this company secretary, I would like to thank the entire team of company secretary department and team Madhuri garu. So always reachable, very humble and nice person. So the way of conversation to the shareholders and management is wonderful, sir. Impact is there. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, Karvi, so for your services, sir. Personally, I believe that my company will achieve many more higher awards under the recognitions under the leadership of Nitin Reddy garu. Thank you, sir. Go ahead, sir. I wish all the best for the good health and happiness to continue the support of the society. And thank you so much for giving this opportunity. Good evening, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Reddy. We move on to the next speaker shareholder, Mr. Asha Jamnadas Harjani. Ms. Asha, can you please unmute the audio, switch on the camera and ask your question, please?
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible. You can speak, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Respected Chairman and highly distinguished Board of Directors, my fellow shareholders online. My name is Rajesh Kevalam Chenani, speaking from Mumbai, sir. Sir, first of all, congratulations, sir, for winning so many awards, sir. The company has been performing very well. So I needed to ask you many things. The stock split has already been done on 1 rupee, sir. So I cannot ask you for the stock split. The only thing what I can ask you is for the bonus. So if it's possible, sir, we can always go for the bonus. That's a very high time, sir. And I have a suggestion, sir. Recently, Dr. Reddy, they had an analyst meet in Mumbai. So why not we as a Aurobindo Pharma sometimes have an analyst and an investor meet in Mumbai? No doubt our company is very, very highly acclaimed, very famous, but once you have an analyst and investor meet in Mumbai, a lot of financial institutions are there. So it will give a more coverage to our stock also, sir. Now the stock price has come down from 929, the low was 503, today it's 575. But I know the management is very capable and the results are good. Again, it will bounce back to the higher levels, sir. It will cross 4 figures again. Because I am born in Hyderabad, sir. I have a place in Himayat Nagar. So always I have been supporting this company, sir, from very beginning, sir. And so whenever the Reddy's are there, so we don't have to worry, sir. All the Reddy companies are performing very, very good, sir. So that surname is enough for the progress of the company, sir. And sir, for the coming festive season, sir, I want to say a few words, sir, to our management. फूलों की खुशबू, कलियों की बहार, चांद की चांदनी, अपनों का प्यार, मुबारक हो चेयरमैन सर आपको और सारे बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर्स और मेरे प्यारे शेयर होल्डर भाइयों को आने वाले त्योहार सर. With this, sir, I support all your resolutions and sir, please smile, sir. Company is doing very good, sir. You people are very serious, sir. So you should always be smiling, sir. Saraj Chandra Reddy ji. Bye, sir. Take care. Supporting all the resolution. Sima Kumaran, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. I move on to the next speaker shareholder, Mr. Abhishek J. Mr. Abhishek J. I'm sorry, Mr. Abhishek J is not available in the meeting. I move on to the next speaker shareholder, Mr. Yusuf Yunus Rangwala. Mr. Rangwala, can you please unmute your audio, switch on the camera and ask your question, please?
Yeah, good afternoon, good evening, madam. Good evening, sir. सर मेरा नाम सर यूसुफ रंगवाला सर, मैं मुंबई से बात करता हूँ सर। आपका 9 रुपये आपने डिविडेंड दिया और आज का रेट आपका 575 सर। हम टुडे आने पे सर आज आपका रेट सर इतने डाउन हो गया सर। बहुत जन ने हमको बोला है, आपके सब शेयर होल्डर ने रिक्वेस्ट किया कभी दिस ईयर विल बी 75th ईयर सर। मैं आपको पूछना चाहता हूँ, हाउ यू सेलिब्रेटेड 75th ईयर सर। आपको भी कोई फ्लैग सब हम शेयर होल्डर को डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करना चाहिए और अभी हो सके तो सर हमें हैदराबाद के भी विजिट कराइए सर। हम आपकी कंपनी का बहुत चाहने वाले हैं और अपना शेयर डिपार्टमेंट जो लाजवाब है सर। एक छोटा सा मेरे को कारी वाले को छोटा सा शिकायत है, अभी समझो सर मैं आपको नहीं जोड़ सका तो उनको सर बोले दूसरी बार भी बुलाना चाहिए सर। ये कारवी की सर्विस अच्छी है और उनकी तरफ से लास्ट में भी पुकारना चाहिए सर। लिंक वाले पीपल कभी भी लास्ट में पुकारते सर, अगर एक बार नहीं जोड़ेंगे दूसरी बार भी उनको पुकारना चाहिए। ये मेरा हम्बल रिक्वेस्ट है कारवी पीपल को सर, अगर वो सुन रहे हैं मेरा रिक्वेस्ट कबूल करे सर। ऐसा कभी समझो आपको ज्वाइन तो दूसरी बार भी बोला, इसे 2-3 कंपनी में सर मेरे साथ में हुआ क्योंकि मेरा लिंक चला गया सर, मैं नहीं ज्वाइन कर सका सर। मेरा इतना नंबर रिक्वेस्ट है सर, आपको आने वाले सब त्योहारों के मेरे तरफ से शुभकामनाएं देना चाहता हूँ और आपकी तबियत हेल्थ वेल्थ सब अच्छे रहे। और सर ये साल 35 साल हुआ सर, अपना 50 कंट्री में अपने फार्मास्यूटिकल सप्लाई करते हैं और अरविंद नगर से नाम ही काफी है सर। जब भी हैदराबाद से पास हुए तो अपना बिल्डिंग सर इतनी टॉप है, हम देख के सर मुझे बहुत खुशी होती है और मेरे को बहुत सर ऐसी कंपनी का शेयर होल्डर होकर सर मैं बहुत खुश होता हूँ। और सर मैं हो सके तो मुझे बोनस की आशा है, एक छोटा सा शेयर पेश करना चाहता हूँ। मेरी मान ले मौला मुझको तो एक पे एक बोनस दिला दे। एंड सर आई विश यू अ वेरी हैप्पी इंडिपेंडेंस डे टू द ऑल ऑफ द बोर्ड एंड माय फ्रेंड। थैंक यू। आई एम स्पीकिंग फ्रॉम मुंबई। माय नेम इज मिस्टर यूसुफ रंगवाला सर। कारवी पीपल को एक छोटा सा रिक्वेस्ट है ना कि दूसरी बार कभी भी हमको मीटिंग में बुलाया सर, ये मेरा हम्बल रिक्वेस्ट आप जरा कारवी वाले पीपल को बोल रहे हैं। बाकी उनकी सर्विस तो लाजवाब है, आज बॉम्बे में जितनी भी मीटिंग उन लोग ही हैंडल करते हैं सर। थैंक यू वेरी मच। जय हिंद, जय महाराष्ट्र, वंदे मातरम, भारत माता की जय। जय हिंद सर।
Thank you, Mr. Rangwala. We move on to the next speaker shareholder, Ms. Celestian Elizabeth Mascrianas. Can you please unmute the audio, switch on the camera and ask your question?
Hello. Pal.
Madam, there is echo in your voice.
Hello. I'm audible, na?
Madam, there is a echo.
Just make that. Hello. Now it's okay.
No, ma'am. Still echo is there.
Echo is there. Not audible at all.
It's audible, but it is coming twice.
Yeah, just the other room. Because there is another meeting. JM is going. Don't off it. Hello. Yes, now I'm audible.
Yes, madam. You are audible.
Because I've gone to the because there are so many at one time. I said Miss Aurobindo, which is 70 AGM. I'm very proud of this company. Where Mr. Junja is also was very much invested. Now I don't know why it is his position. It is a very good. So I said I must take part in this. So respected members of the board, shareholders, attending the VC meet. I am speaking Mumbai, Mrs. Mascarenas. All I thank the secretary for sending me an annual report. But I would have happy if I would get a report as I am senior citizen and if I difficult to read online, I cannot go through all the by the time my eyes start watering. So anyway, you can always send me so because I admire this company. Also, I thank the tech people for sending link. I cannot if I open my video only will go. I'm not going to open the video. Anyway, annual report is definitely good and so many are launched. And also the awards. Congratulations for all the awards and accolades, and also like the CS work. Also, we have given a lot of trust to the ESG initiative. I would like to know whether have done on the ESG, and if it is done, what is our rating, what is our score, and who is a rating agency. Next, I would like to know of our medicines are under the EO. Also, our employees and the booster dose, and they are to the office or on the head days. Rest I don't want, because many questions are asked by my previous. I have come near in the fag end. Yeah, and I also heard your present, and I know definitely you some way rewarding. If not, maybe nahi hoega bonus and all. I'm not asking or dividend because of 75 years. At least try to send it on the occasion of the celebration. Some bites by Amazon or any. There are so many all delivery channels are there. So in that way, as a celeb completing 70 years. With this, I support all the events. I wish my company to as early as strong to the 100 years. That is my dream, so that my grandchildren will be very happy. Company. Yeah, Bindo. Late 100 years. We may be too old. So I thank you very much. Bless you and our comments once again.
Thank you.
Thank you, Celestia and Elizabeth. We move on to the next speaker shareholder, Manisundaram AV. Mr. Manisundaram AV, can you please unmute and speak, please? Mr. Manisundaram, can you please speak? Seems to be some issue with Manisundaram. He has not done his equal test. Yes, Mr. Manisundaram, can you please speak? Manisundaram? Sorry, we are not able to get Mrs. Manisundaram. With this, we have completed with the speaker shareholders. I hand over back to the board. Yes, thank you.
Thank you, moderator. Now I request Santanu Subramaniam, our CFO, to answer the questions, whatever they have been raised by shareholders. Mute.
Subramaniam, sir, you are on mute. Please unmute and speak.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone. This is regarding various questions raised by them. The major questions which has come, I'll go through the first financial questions and then address all the other qualitative questions. Mr. Rudrapa Kundukuru asked, what is the status of PEG? So we already got the approval from the government and we are in the process of embarking on the project. And the project we have already committed more than 400 crores of purchase orders and spent more than 100 crores. And we expect to complete the project on 31st March 2024. That is one thing. US concentration, market share, etc. As you are aware, there is a price erosion across the sector happening in US, and that has started happening in the second quarter of last year. And all the companies have suffered. And we strongly believe probably by second half of this year, the things will started improving. That is the thing. And then budget on the PLI project, the PEG project, the budget is around 1,900 crores, which has been already mentioned in the annual report. And R&D spend, what is the R&D spend? The last year we have a R&D spend of around 1,581 crore, again 1,506 crores of the previous year. We believe this year also will be like that, but it is too early for us to comment, and we will take a final call on the final numbers probably in the second or third quarter. And then injectable plant status, both the plants, Vizag plant as well as the US plant, it is in the installation is more or less complete, and we are doing the exhibit batches. Hopefully by end of this year and next year, we will able to commission the plant. We are working on that. And the second question is, somebody asked me, who is the rating agency? Celestian Elizabeth. The rating agency for us is India Rating. And then go back to the questions right from the beginning. Mr. Ramesh Mangaluri, he asked the UGR restructuring, can you throw some light? The board of the the committee of independent directors have evaluated, and we are in the verge of they're in the verge of meeting in the nearer the time, and as and when a decision has been taken, it will be informed. And then domestic, that question was not clear. It was breaking. I was not able to hear properly Mr. Ramesh Mangaluri's question. Then Mr. Bharadwaj, China plant. Yes, China plant. Yes, we have installed the plant, and we will able to go ahead. We will able to commission it and then do the business. And we are already a partner, buying material, raw material, etc. from China in a big way, and we don't foresee any problem. And then I think more or less all the queries raised, specific queries raised, I have answered it. I request Chairman, if any questions which I missed out, let me know, please.
So I think there is another question on how many R&D people are there.
Yeah, R&D people, we are more than 1,700 people are working in that, yeah, that's the only thing.
So thank you, Subbu. I think thank you, Subramanian. I think there are a couple of questions on the bonus issue. We will probably place it before the board, your request, and then the board will take an appropriate decision, keeping all the stakeholders in mind. And there was a suggestion about the Tiranga initiatives. We'll certainly place it before our HR. HR is already planning, and they will take care of that in terms of the suggestions given by you. And we are conscious of the fact that we should support that. We'll be doing that. In terms of other questions, I think there was a suggestion that analyst meets are happening in Mumbai. We constantly keep meeting analysts. It's also part of our agenda, and it keeps happening regularly. We're aware of that, and then we will also, we noted your suggestion, we'll take care of it. I think with that, we've answered all the questions. And thanks for your active participation and the questions to the shareholders who registered. We also received a few queries from the shareholders through emails, and the same will be addressed directly through email. Now, members who did not vote earlier to the remote e-voting on the resolutions proposed in this AGM will vote electronically in the next 30 minutes, and thereafter the e-voting system will be disabled automatically. I repeat, the next 30 minutes, and thereafter the e-voting system will be disabled automatically. The results of the voting will be declared within 48 hours of the conclusion of the annual general meeting. The results of the voting will be displayed on the company's website and will also be submitted to the stock exchange. I forgot one thing. The shareholders also requested a physical copy of the report. We will send it to you, Madam Secretary. We noted that request. I thank all the shareholders once again for participating in the meeting and for their cooperation in transacting today's business. I also thank the directors and other stakeholders, and hereby declare the proceedings of the 35th annual general meeting as closed. Ashok, thank you.
Thank you.